And we're back. I think last we left off, I was just missing I got everything back together on the steering wheel, and the switch was no good for the wipers. It was too sloppy and I wasn't able to get it everywhere else. And then holiday came, 4th of July, went up to Lake George, had a great time. Now we're finally back, and there's a car show this weekend on Sunday. It is currently Thursday. I need to get the truck going. Basically, it's no crazy big car show or anything like that, just a typical shut down the town and local village car show kind of thing. They are apparently allowing bikes this year, so if all fails with the Suburban, I'm going to take the Harley up, but I really want to get the Suburban going. I know it doesn't need too much left. I just got to finish up the steering wheel and get everything else going. Change out the fuel filter, whatnot, tune up. It's obnoxiously hot today, so much so I'm not wearing my normal, I'm wearing shorts and shoes. I go to the beach in my cowboy boots. I don't do this. Anyways, I guess let's get this thing going. All right, so where we left off, we got everything back together, and it'll click that way, but it won't. It's too sloppy in there and it won't go the other way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this all apart. Got all the screws out of this, slid this back, the column back a little bit so we could get the rod out. It was just a bolt here that was slid in through here and through the switch that was in there, like so. Now we're gonna throw the new one in. There we go. There's the new one. I gotta try and feed this wire through there. So. All right, as you can see, we got it all back together. Now it's working. Still not great. Like, it's still like right there, but it does click in now. I notice if you pull like forward at all towards yourself, it doesn't like to work. But if you're pushing down and out, it'll work every time. Good enough for me. I'm happy with it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this back together, get the new steering wheel on. I don't know if I showed it, but here is the new steering wheel. It will be in there something like this. I actually ordered the wrong specs. It is slightly small and slightly close to me. I was hoping for something a bit more away, as I don't have the tilt steering wheel when the seat is maxed all the way back. It doesn't, yeah, there, all the way back, and it's too close to me. You know, going from here, it's not good enough. I don't like being that close, and it is actually really small of a steering wheel. I might have to order another one. But for now, we're going to throw this on just to get it going. The other one is quite large. I'm going to try it. I'll see if I like the small one, but I'm pretty confident I won't, because I don't already. I did go get the puller set. I got it all back together. Realized that this was sitting about here with the steering wheel. I rather have it here so the steering wheel looks right. Otherwise, the hole for it is over here. Before, the steering wheel would have been here and that would have been straight, and I don't like that. So I have to drill this. I have to still drill the steering wheel out a little bit, but I got the other piece ground out. Only had my grinder, so ground it out nice and ugly, but it should work fine because nobody will see it. Alright, I'm going to clean this up a little more with a file just to get the burrs off, and then we will get it installed. We finally got all this back together and clearanced enough that it'll fit on this side, so the steering wheel lines up correctly. Well, kind of. I'll show you in a second. So this we'll just throw back on now. Just kind of makes it nice. Cover up in there. Come on. Of course not. No. Okay. Well, don't need that junk. Finger breathing. So now here's our next dilemma. This was the kit that was supposed to fit this truck. So not only did we get a steering wheel with a hole in it, poor quality made, but poor quality engineer. As you can see, if I line up my bolt holes here, my horn hold still does not line up. It's like halfway off. More than halfway off once these are lined up correctly. Yeah, that's a bad design, Grant. Y'all suck. And I'm gonna go cut up your steering wheel because it's a piece of shit anyways. But wait, there's more. You see, holes are lined up. Horn still doesn't fit, even though y'all cut a slot. Engineers go to school. If they did, they went to the wrong school. Alright, well, finally kinda got it lined up. I mean, but I still gotta cut more out because the horn is sticking to the side of it. I didn't clearance it enough. Still ridiculous that I have to do this, but whatever. I did put the plastic piece back on because it was rubbing to shim it back out, and still rubs. So I'm gonna go with this kit. Definitely isn't for this truck, so I don't know why everybody says it is. This steering wheel is garbage. Just do yourself a favor and go buy something else, because these Grant steering wheels and the kit is junk. It's a waste of time. Don't even bother. Yeah, so I actually just realized one more thing, just to show how bad this is. Feels a clip on? It stayed for a sec before. Last night, my buddy Jason came home and we were playing around a little bit, going over some ideas. We ended up printing up a little shim. A little miscommunication between the two of us when we were designing it. I do need to still trim some of this out so that way it sits right in there, because basically what's going on, so I put the Grant steering wheel and everything back on, but it's rubbing here. As you can see, it's a little tight in here. So this is supposed to sit in there and give us a little more space. But like I said, I do need to drill this out a little more, because right now what's happening is the adapter for the steering wheel is like tapered on the end, and it's only pushing on the little C-clip that's in there. So basically whatever I torque this down to, which is what in the thing said 25 to 30 foot-pounds of torque, but when I do that, it pulls it all too close, and like I said, it's only resting pressure on that spring or the C-clip that's in there. I feel like it's pushing the C-clip past where it's supposed to be, creating this issue. Adding 2mm, pulling it out, and then the rest of the 7mm just to fill in around, so it's not only pushing on that C-clip in there. But anyways, I did end up making all my connections and putting everything back together, hooking the battery up, and you know, all my lights work. Blinkers are here, but it is not triggering the blinkers, but my hazards do work. So I'm assuming it's either a fuse under here that went bad. I can already see the turn signal here is supposed to be a 15 amp and it's not. Oh. I wonder if there's something supposed to be in this box right there. Well, I guess I could check that just by turning the headlights on. Key on. Headlights on. I don't see anything happening. Upper and lower. Oh, well, that's cool too. So we only have the lower light there. We have the upper and lower light here. That one's not nearly as bright. And yeah, nothing changed. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot more wiring. I feel like it's gonna be more into wiring than anything else at this point. So I guess I'm gonna start digging through that. Pulled the fuse for it and it is blown. I didn't have a fuse with me, so I'm gonna have to run out and grab a fuse. Or before I do that, I might as well pull all the headlights out. Let's see what I need for this one to make that one straight. That one's got a bit of moisture in it, but it still works, so I'm not worried about it right now. And this one doesn't work. I'll do that, that'll do that, that'll pop out. Yeah, still in decent shape though, at least. And you go right there. Ooh, ooh, dumbass. Ooh, where did I break it? Yep, I cracked it right there, dummy. So yeah, as you can see, that little pin and stopper here pulled right through. Still not sure what's up with this one, so I'm gonna go with that. The bulb is shot. Oh yeah, it's shot. There, I can see all the glass down in here. That bulb is just blown to pieces. Yeah, I don't know how much you can see in there, but you can see there's a bunch of crud sitting on the front of the glass here. That's all. The light bulb from inside is completely demolished. I'm gonna say definitely a problem there is the whole light itself. I'm just gonna grab a new one. On these, it's not just a bulb, it is the whole light, it's a sealed beam. So you just replace the whole thing. It's just this little cover holds it in. Run to the parts store, and obviously since this is down, we're taking good old Harley. I really need to do a little change on that thing. It is, I kind of just beat the living hell out of this thing. As you can see, she's nice and dirty, oil everywhere, scrapes, crashes. Crashed it not too long ago, knocked that light off, but yeah, just to piss people off. All right, well, we're back with the new headlight, and of course, parts stores guys are quack. I asked for a headlight 2A1. Can't do it by part number because that would be too simple. So let's look it up by the vehicle and get you the wrong headlight. As you can clearly see, it's quacking big. Quack, quack. So now I gotta go back. It's like 100 degrees. Only got the Harley. It was both. Quack. All right, well, we got the new headlight. For anybody else looking, the 2A1 headlight is now an H4656. Now we got another working headlight, yay! They don't look too bad. As you can see, this top one's a little dark. All right, as you can see, as we put our new 15 amp fuse in there. Like I said, I don't know why it had a 20 amp in there before, but definitely not right. I guess let's turn the key here. We got nothing. Oh, very slow. Let's see if we got some blinkers out here. Might be slow just because it's not. Oh yeah, we got blinker there. Blinker there. Blinker there. Alright, that's just the other side. It might be slow just because of my battery. Might be on its way out because I left, like I said, I left the key on. Oh yeah, we got blinkers. Blinker. Blinker. All right, I'm gonna say the lighting is good. Oh yeah, one more thing before I close out this video. The instrument panel lights definitely was missing a fuse. I threw the fuse in it, they still not working. So I'm gonna go ahead and change out the headlight switch that I already have. Looks like I've got to pull a couple few thousand screws. Took out the dash surround, or the thing, There's supposed to be a button here that you can push to get this knob out, but it wasn't working, so I kind of just bent it all and yeeted it out myself. But here's the new one. Make sure it matches up, and it does not. Well, we are back at it again in the morning. It is now Saturday. We have car show tomorrow, and we still have no dash lights. So where we left off, I found these 3 wires all tied together. They were actually extremely hot and burned my hand. That's how I found them. I started looking through schematic last night, and I cannot find what I need. Everything just kind of goes everywhere. I love wiring. So I guess we're gonna start pulling all the tape and covering off the harness, start chasing wires and see where things go and where things are supposed to be, and try and get everything hooked up the right way. I had to pull the steering wheel back out, just make my life a little easier. Got the column loose, I just gotta pull a couple more wires and I can pull this entire wiring harness out and start unwrapping it and going through it. But since I pulled the steering wheel off, this is the what I was talking about, is this slides on, and I'm pretty sure this little lip just hits the C-clip there and is pushing this whole thing in, causing it to rub here. As you can see, there's a little bit of rubbing, very little bit, right on the edge on this side. I messed up. Started chasing some wires, and they led back here, and I don't know if you can see, but oh, I got wires cut, hanging, spliced, all kinds of randomness. I don't even know. This goes to the inverter that's sitting there. As you can see, even the ground wire was starting to burn up on the inside. All right, well, we got that main power wire out that went to the inverter. Already looks much better in here. I took all the connections off from the junction up there, cleaned them all up, made them all nice. Took the ground apart here, cleaned that up. This whole thing was all cob job, looked like just for a trailer and everything, but you can see it's broken in a few spots and it's just pretty much junk, so I cut off whatever was bad. Still have this end and this end that are all good, and I'm gonna go ahead and just find some wire and put it all back together the right way. After a little quick YouTube magic, the wiring harness is done. So I chased these wires down, looked at the schematic, and basically it's got power, high beam, low beam. So those being all together is not an issue. I just need to get a new switch and wired into that. All right, well, it's the morning of the car show. I ended up getting a bit more done last night. Ended up pulling the entire dashboard off, pulling this out, pulled the fuse box apart, undid everything. I couldn't actually find like a real problem other than all the ground wires in the back were all painted over, so I pulled those apart, cleaned them up. My reverse lights now work, the blinkers work better, I'm not popping any more fuses. The couple of wires that I found under the dash were for the headlights and high beams. You can see that wire nut in there. That's done. And then I switched all the lights in the dash. All the lights work, everything works as it should, other than the high low beam, which I just got to order the switch for that and it'll be fine. Jason printed another spacer for the steering wheel. He's just going to grab that now and clean that up, and we should be able to get the steering wheel back together. So right now it's pretty much just a mad dash, get it done, and let's go. All right, quick update. Back seat's kind of cleaned out, and the front is all back together. Not perfect, not great, but I did smash up the trim pretty good, trying to get it all back together, but that's what happens when you have really, really old plastic. Did the corner up there on the pillar, and same thing up here, started cracking, but eventually I want to redo it all anyway, so. But my our spacer didn't work, still rubbing, really annoying, but everything is back together. Battery's not hooked up, so I got no horn. 10:30 now. Car show's at 1. So I'm gonna say, oh, and it's about an hour away, and I gotta pick up the kid. I'm gonna get back to work. So a little bit of surprise. It's got no fuel filter. I guess not really a surprise. But yeah, there's no inline fuel filter, so the only real filter, I guess the only filter I got then is this, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that apart and clean that one out. Damn it, smashed my head. That felt good. Well, we got it. Ooh. That thing is nasty. Alright, well there was actually a little rubber piece in here with a little plastic piece, and I accidentally just pushed it in, so I'm gonna go try and see if I can find a filter. Alright, well, I couldn't get a filter locally, so I guess I'm gonna have to order one. So, truck's not gonna make it to the show, at least this time. See if we can find another show this year, but I guess for now we're just it's also a possibility of rain later. I don't think I'm gonna ride the bike. I'm just gonna ride with my buddy, and we're gonna go pick up the kid, go to the show, meet up with everybody else, and hopefully have a good time anyways. But I'm gonna add the video here, and I will catch up with you guys on the next one. Have a good night.